Live. Hi everyone. I'm so sorry. This is 30. Oh god, 40 minutes. Please pardon me. I okay. We just move now. We standing, but it's my teenagers this evening. Yeah, they were on top of my matter, and that's exactly what happened. My sincere apologies for coming late, but I know that I had to have this class because we were not here last week. And then 2 weeks in a row, that is totally unacceptable. Please forgive me for coming so late. You also will attest to the fact that that's out of character. I hope that my apology is accepted. My name is Fumilola Akintola Williams. I am the lead coach at the Informed and Informed Teens Academy. It's an online mentorship academy for girls. We have a curriculum that we run the girls through to help them grow into stable adults, adults that are not confused, that can add their own bits into to what it is that is happening in their world and in their generation. And then don't forget, we have so many videos, so many educating videos on this YouTube channel. Please take advantage of them, listen to them, recommend this community. If you have anyone that's parenting a girl, don't do it in isolation because you actually are not alone. All right, so this evening we're going to be talking about a whole lot of things. I'm sure you're wondering how come is it that when we want to, it is something. I we said those things to help you. When we say when we let you know the conversations about that are not comfortable, so you know, so that you raise up for what is really not comfortable, but that your daughter needs to hear, notwithstanding. So don't go and be saying, is it every time? Yeah, don't forget there are times I bring you the strength of your daughter, but don't forget your daughters not your daughters are still growing, they're not fully formed, and these are the things that help you um journey the journey with them. Who likes my attire? I like it. Okay, so 10 uncomfortable conversations to have with your teenage girl. I call them uncomfortable because they would rather not have it, because they will rather want to hear it from their peers, from their friends. They rather have their own the internet, the world, the social media, the brand influencers, all of the people that are contending with you, to have your daughters. They rather sell them other narratives. So that's why it's not comfortable. So it is your duty as a parent of your daughter to now mount guard, to now decide that no one is gonna have this conversation with my daughter other than me. Why? Number one, because you have the role of shepherding them, you have the role of guiding them, and then you also have the role to hand over your wisdom to your daughter. And that is why, even though it's not comfortable, even though they might not like it, it is what is needed on their journey. There are several of such conversations that I've just brought 10 to you this evening. So if it is just one you want to take out of it, go on ahead, have the conversation. See, parenting is not about the assumption. It's not about the I think you should know thing. Before I used to, that was the mistake I made. I would just assume that my daughter should know. And I'm like, how do I expect her to know if I've not really taken my time to teach? So I sit down and then put in the work. Whatever it is that my daughter is feeling, that is a pointer to me that I need to do the work. And I also encourage you anywhere you see lapse in your daughter, anywhere you see, don't say you should know, you should know. No, she shouldn't know. The other time we're just having just a random casual sex conversation, and I said this and this is this, and she said, oh, is it this, is it this, is it this? I said, somewhere in my head, even though I responded, but somewhere in my head I'm thinking she should know. And I caught that thought immediately, that how will she know, how is she gonna know? So please, whatever conversation it is, don't say, if they come to you, to sometimes they come to you with their curiosities, with their confusion. Please don't say, no, don't ask me that kind of thing. Oh, you should know already by now. Or is that what you're using your head to think? Please, it is dangerous. Your daughter comes to you, for example, your teenage daughter comes to you and say, Mommy, what do you think of abortion? And you say, hey, what do you mean? Are you Come on, nobody died. So please, what they need is guidance. And don't forget, by the time you shout, when they bring things to you, and then you act like the whole world is coming to an end. What you're simply telling them is that you're not emotionally intelligent enough to handle that conversation with them. And what do they do in return? They go and be looking for the answers where the answers do not exist. All right, let's dive right into it. Number one uncomfortable conversation, you have to have conversations about the opposite sex. Parents, this is important. Have conversations about the opposite sex. See, sometimes you just go through social media and you see a whole lot of lies that is being peddled about the opposite sex. So somewhere in the mind of your daughter, she's already getting it twisted. So there are a lot of things. For example, you see things like, oh, all men are scum. They just, all those stereotypes, all those categorization, all of those things. They don't know, but it is feeding your teenage girl. It's feeding them, just that it is a wrong kind of feeding. So I said to myself, whatever it is, my daughter is not going to come in contact with stereotyped men. I say that to myself that no matter your experiences, and please, parents, please, let me say this to us, irrespective of your experiences, that's just what they are, your experiences. Can we stop it there? Can we take our healing and can we take our dressing and then can we now position for our daughter? So, though, for example, probably you have a partner that is a particular one, you say, no, that's all men have. Please, that is not doing your girl a service. Let me tell you how it is doing your girl a service. Somewhere in her head. So whatever she's, even when she gets to the point of, okay, I need to start having friendship with the opposite sex because it will happen. So she's not coming with a clean heart. She's coming with an ulterior motive. And then, of course, what happens? She meets the kind of person, the kind of motive that she has. So, but somewhere in the scripture that to the pure, all things are pure. So, don't demonize. That's what I'm saying in essence. Don't demonize. I know that it is hard with your experience not to put everybody in one blanket, and that's why I said, if you have had unpleasant experiences, can you please get healing? Can you please walk past the experience so that you don't project your experiences on your daughter? Because the fact is, I was having a conversation with one of my very dear friends, a couple of weeks ago. I needed clarity on one or two things, and then we started talking and talking, and then she said to me, she said, are you aware that God has many, many sons? I know that it's as though it struck me afresh. So if I have a child of God and I'm a girl, surely God has a child of God that is a boy. So am I saying that there are no bad people? No. But I am not going to go and put everybody in the same blanket. So don't do that to your girl. You're cheating your daughter. You're not letting her open her mind to what is possible. And don't forget, we're teaching your daughter when she's of age, she's going to have friendships. So what if you have now used your own mouth to soil everything? You have come to say, oh, and also don't. That's an aspect of the conversation. Another aspect of the conversation is the place where men are being projected to be saviors. I don't know whether you see it. Oh no, before a man will date me, he must this, he must that, he must this, and then they begin to list all of the unrealistic stuff. What does it happen? What happens to your girl? Your girl begins to program herself in a kind of way to be on the receiving to be on a side that is not so advantageous, because instead of putting her mind to one side of thinking, okay, I am a human being, God has created me, I'm a woman and I'm here to solve a problem. So she begins to think in the sense of, oh, all I need to do is go, and that is, unfortunately, that is what is projected down the years. All I need to do is go to school, get a job and get a good husband, like, you know and that was some of the mistakes that some of us do. So when those men, when they now show that, oh, I am actually a man, I'm also trying to make things work for me, we're confused. We don't know what's going on anymore. Do you understand? So please, dear parents, have these conversations. And if you have, I hope that you do have, of course, every one of us must have an ideal male figure in the life of your child, whether as the dad, whether as your uncle, whether as your own father, whoever it is. So can you begin to have conversations about what it actually takes so that your girl is not going about with a warped mentality about the opposite sex? Because, it's as though, have you noticed, it's as though there's a war between the boy and then the girl, or the men and the women. And I'm wondering, who made us like this? What has happened? And did you hear when I said that, irrespective of your experience, that was just your experience. It's not blanket. It is not blanket. So keep the mindset of your daughter sane where the opposite sex is concerned, so that when she's old enough to make choices about the opposite sex, she's going to make choices in that regard. And then that is and don't forget that what you focus on grows. So now I have made up my mind that, okay, God has good children, girls, boys. And I've said to myself, the only people I will attract are the good children of God, whether it's a boy, whether it's a girl, good children of God alone. Good. So when people talk about their experience, I say I can't relate. Why? Because I consciously, irrespective of my experiences, based on my circumstances, to say, okay, only good children of God, whether as a boy or as a girl, is who I meet. So please have these conversations. Let your daughter know that a boy is not a savior. A boy is not a God. Her life does not hail from a boy. Her life hails from God, so that she will form an independent opinion. So that whatever happens, she's making judgment call from a place of sound reasoning and understanding. So you need to begin to have that kind of conversation. And then another one comes, and also that you never can, you'll be shocked when you start having these talks. That's why you begin to hear things like, no, I've already made up. And it's very funny. These parents are not aware. Most girls are already thinking, oh, I was talking to a teenage girl the other time. I think she's 17 or 18. And she says, I know I don't really want to do the marriage. And I said, what? What's happened? So why? It's a projection. It's a think, it's a pattern. And then she begins to say, but don't forget what I said, that God has a lot of good children. So whether as a girl, whether as a boy, position your daughter. That's, don't, they will not blanket everybody. Those conversations, and also let them understand that, man, there's a place. I mean, a man is not an extension of who they are. They are old, they are full, they are complete. Just that a man is just a complement to the right man. So those are the conversations that you need to have. The next uncomfortable conversation that you need to have with your girl, you have to talk about gender dysphoria, gender confusion. Is a thing. It's a thing. And let me tell you why it is a thing. A whole lot of confusion. A whole lot. I was walking my daughter to school the other day, and I genuinely was confused as an adult. I wasn't sure whether, and I had to ask, I said, is this a boy or a girl? That's me. So how much more? How much more your teenage girl? And then you assume that everything is okay. They have everything figured out. Please do not assume that your teenage girl has everything figured out. Assume that she does not have nothing figured out. And I begin to walk through these conversations. Don't forget, their world is harder than the world you grew up in. Their world is more demanding. Their world is more tasking than the world you grew up in. So it will be unfair of you rather, to assume that everything is well, all is well in paradise. It's there in scripture when people are saying everything is okay, everything, and then sudden destruction will come. May that not be our portion. So please, there's the thing as gender, and what causes gender dysphoria? All this gender dissatisfaction. I'm not sure whether gender fluidity, all of those things. They are now a thing. They are now a conversation you should be having. You should be having it. Let your girl know that she's a girl for a reason. So she's not uncomfortable in her space. And imagine if you feel uncomfortable in your body and in your space. How are you gonna do purpose? How are you gonna do life? Because we live it with ourselves every day. So imagine not liking yourself. And are you aware that there's a lot of teenagers don't like themselves? Why do you think that people, why do you think teenagers self-harm? It comes from all of these things. Why do people slash themselves? People are not comfortable. She's thinking, oh, I do. So imagine what it really feels like not to like your own self. It's a tough thing, and it is a thing. And we need to begin to have those conversations. Please do not assume this in separate. Like I always say, don't assume anything. See, anything, anything, values, purpose, journey of impact, friendship, money. Don't When it comes to your girl, you must leave no stone unturned. You must leave no stone unturned. Just assume that I need to start. Everything is a whole curriculum that you need to constantly work on, continuously work on. So please, this is a conversation. It's a thing, especially for this generation of young people. There's too much confusion. They go online, they see girls trying to dress like boys, and then they tell them, no, I'm not a boy, oh, I'm just dressing like one. And you're wondering, what is even that? What does that even mean? And then the next time they are going to say, I can do this myself, I can all sort of things. It's my body, I can choose to do this, I can all sort of things. All sort of things. It's a thing, and it's causing confusion. So they must know. So you need to know actually what your daughter thinks. Ask her. Ask them, don't assume. What do you think about this concept? And don't forget your daughter, she has her opinion formed already. Some of our teenagers, even though some of our teenagers, they are not, they're not really, but they somewhere in their mind they think, oh, it's not really so. It's not really a big deal. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not a big deal to say I'm changing from a girl to a boy, really. So a lot of confusion, a lot. But if you don't talk, how would you know? And if you don't bring the conversation, and don't wait for them, please, their parents. Don't wait for them to bring the conversation. They might never. But and you know what? Another thing you should be wary of. If your daughter is not having some conversations with you, you should be wary. I learned that the hard way. You should be wary because apparently they're having the conversation elsewhere. And you don't want that, except it is a curated elsewhere, except it is a deliberately crafted elsewhere. The things that could happen from such places, they can be very, they have the potential to be very dangerous. You don't want your daughter to be caught in the midst of something that terrible. Another conversation that you should have with your daughter, you have conversations about untrue narratives. Your daughter must know a lot of lies is being peddled, too much lies, too much lies, a lot of lies, too much. For example, it's my body, it's my right, so I can decide to go and be harvesting my egg every month. It's a lie. It's not her body. It's not her body. Your daughter must understand. It's not her body. It's not her body. It's not her body. Her body is the temple of the Lord. The body is not hers. I don't want my body. I can't do anyhow I want my body. Oh, it's my body. It's my body. I can slash it and cut it anyhow. No, it's an untrue narrative. Oh, it's my body. After all, I have the right to my body. When we say it is their body, it is with respect to their body autonomy, that nobody has the right to just keep touching their body or demand their body from them or make them do what they're not comfortable in doing with their bodies. That is where the autonomy ends. But when it comes to what to do with the body, what to welcome in the body, it's not their body. Everybody's going to give account of what we will spend our body. Yes. So your daughter has to know. So all these things that they are selling online, they are saying no. If you know, I begin to see young girls begin to go into terrible things. I did not say my mothers that have now, because they feel that they're not comfortable because of as a result of childbirth or whatever. I'm talking of young girls. They do lips, they do nose, they do all sort of modifications here and there. They're all untrue narratives. It's not their bodies. Can our girls know? And you know what? You will know where they really stand when you actually ask them. I was having a conversation about one of them at that time with one of them, and she was saying something like, "And actually, it's just belly, but it's just." So that's already instinctively told me what she thought of piercings and all of that. So your daughters have to know it is not their body. And that's why everyone says, it's my body, it's my body. And then she goes and be harvesting egg every month. And it's my body. No, we don't honor our bodies. We're supposed to honor God with our bodies. That's what we're supposed to do. So does harvesting egg every month, does you honor God? That's a question. Like we say, like I learned. So it's not about whether is this a sin or is it not a sin. But it's a conversation of, is this right? Does it serve my purpose? Is this wise? The other one that is trending now, and you know what? The problem is that if you don't talk, the danger is, yeah, if you don't talk about it, your daughter is going to form an opinion notwithstanding. Do you understand? They're going to form an opinion, and you know what? They begin to project their living based on the opinions that they have formed. And that's why people come online to say, I know, if you cannot, you can go and freeze your eggs. All manners of things. And parents are still sleeping. You say you can know, or you can just go and be decide to all manner of things. All manner, all manner. Especially when it comes to the female reproductive health, all manners of things. Everybody is because it also from it's my body, it's my body, it's my body. So a side of untrue narrative. Another side of untrue narrative is girls believe that with their beauty, oh, I'm beautiful. Actually, go then I can be ready. All men will fall at my feet. It's a lie. It's a big lie. Your beauty can take you to the table, but your wisdom, your excellence, your character will keep you at that table. Let your girls know. So if they're thinking somewhere in their head, if they're thinking somewhere in their head that all they need to do is just be beautiful, please tell them that I tell them that is a lie. Beauty can bring them to the table. They're watching that, you can put that in the comment section. Beauty can bring them to the table, but their excellence, their character, their mind, their personality, their charisma, their values is what decides whether they get to stay, they get to be on that table for long. So it's a lie. It's a lie that's being pushed. Unfortunately, let me tell you, I will do this thing softly. We don't know. Say, I know, fine girl like you should not be walking under the sun. No, and someone they get in the head of that, she's thinking it's true. So if the man is not rich, he's not driving a Porsche, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked at the things that your daughters think about that they have not told you because you've just assumed everything is well. Am I saying this to scare you? No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying it so that you will know and then really sit and begin to do what you need to do. I told you, I don't know whether I told you, I shared it with you, but I was having a conversation, a regular sex conversation, and I was trying to gauge my mouth and what to say. I didn't want to mention what's that word now? The one that they didn't egg harvesting. That was one I was looking for, and I didn't want to. And then my daughter says, "Oh, mommy, I know about egg harvesting." I said, So of course, I didn't do my hands as though it was going to pop out. I just collected my humility, but I just wrapped it around myself. She's just 10. So what am I saying to you? If you're not talking, an opinion is being formed. So imagine if I just assume, oh no, she's still a child, she doesn't understand. And she already knows about egg harvesting. I had to ask her, what do you know about egg harvesting? And she told me, trust me, she told me. 10 years. So the world that these girls are living in is different. Parents, wake up from the world that you lived in. So to be living things to chance, to be living things to assumption is too dangerous and too expensive. You simply cannot afford it. Please. A whole lot of, and that's another one. That's in short, it's the whole conversation. They say, no, I can harvest. Do you know? Of course, you know what it means now. And they make them understand that, and they push it to them like it's okay, it's their body. Then you begin to harvest your eggs every month. That's the world we're living in. The next conversation that is not comfortable, you need to conversations from your mistakes and learnings. Parents, this word I'm going to sit on it. Conversations about your mistakes and your learnings. I said it. Somewhere it must be that it was God that actually ministered that to me, because you know what, I'd known somewhere a long time ago, even before I embarked on this journey, that having made my mistake doesn't stop me from shaping my daughter. No, it doesn't. But some of us were ashamed. We don't want them to know. And you know what? We even still lie to them. We lie to them. I know I was a virgin. And you know that you are lying, you know. You know that you are lying. I was a virgin before I got married. Oh, I did not. I have never had sex before I got married. But it's a lie. Instead of it, and you know what she would do? She also would go and craft how to lie that lie very well. More than you. Oh, you were quite pregnant before you got married. Then you twist it. You said to them, no, they somebody told me that if I did not get pregnant before I got married, then that means I would never have the baby. And you go and lie one big lie. They will find you out. They'll find you out. So parents, please. So let them know that pregnancy, it was unplanned, it was a miss, it was an error. So you can now teach them. Let them know what it cost you, how you felt when you realized that you were pregnant out of wedlock. Let them understand it. You will think that you will lose your regard. No, you will never lose your place in the life of your child. Never, except you are not doing your job. But they will hold it, and then they will use it as a learning curve and learning and point opportunity for them to not repeat the same mistake. But if you have now lied, if you have now quoted things for them, things that are not true, they will go and don't forget that they are teenagers. One way or the other, they will find out, and when they find out, they will never take it seriously again. Children don't rebel against instructions and structures. They rebel against hypocrisy. How do I mean? The other day I was just on my phone doing something, and I was watching a particular movie, and then my daughter came and said, "Mommy, what are you watching?" I said, "No, I don't want you to watch it because it's not really good." And you know what she said to me? She said, "Mommy, but you are watching it. Why are you watching it?" Say it's not good. And the good I meant, it was because they were speaking deep Yoruba that she may not really understand, and I understand that and I didn't know how to communicate that to her. And I said, "I know it's not really." Do you understand? So that gave me a check again. So what do I mean? They will always find you out. Always. You'll be shocked in the ways that you don't know that it's possible. They will shall find you out. One way or the other, they will shall find you out. So please, parents, I beg you. Please. Please. Rather, you know what you should do? Those mistakes, those mistakes that you made, yes, that one that you made, that you are lying, that you are pretending. There's no pretending, there's no shame. You know what? I have accepted everything that's happened on my journey, and I've made the point that when it is time, it is if it's not when it's supposed to, we're going to even do a book with it so that girls can learn. Yes, there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's happened, but can other girls not fall into that error? Can other girls not make that mistake? So you begin to do that. Work on that journey and start from your daughter. So don't. It's not something if they come to you, please answer them truthfully, answer them honestly. Please, I beg you. If you have really committed an honest mistake, let them understand that as at that time I didn't know better, or I didn't listen. Then let them know the emotions that you felt. And you, I don't forget what I said, you're not going to lose your place. Rather, they will respect you and they will know that you see them. Your teenage girls must know that you see them, you see their struggles, how she's trying to keep her body, how not to fall into that error of premarital sex, how not to fall into that mistake. She will know that you see her. So that the next time she's struggling, she can come to you. But if you have painted a perfect picture, oh, perfect mother, perfect daddy, please, who is she going to go and make to go and hold her hand? And do not make it worse. That perfectionism that you're holding is now a lie. If you it was you, how would you feel? The same way your daughter will feel. Feel betrayed, and they will never trust you again. And that's terrible. So please, conversations about your mistakes, and please, caveat emptor, do it age appropriately. You heard what I said. I said there are some learnings that I'm not going to do now until my own daughter is so much more grown to appreciate the things that happened and all of that, and all of that. So don't go and be dumping, don't go and be doing over information. That's why when I was not in university, I was not. No. That is you don't need that. So don't over dump information on them. Don't just load them with information that they don't need. But you know what? When the time is right, you would know if you're being truthful in your journey and if you're being intentional with your daughter, you will know when the time is right to have some certain conversations. So please have it. Don't say, I don't want them to know my. No, it's okay. It's okay. You've made it. It's okay. It's fine. You're fine. You're all right. Whatever you need to do to right things, if you can't do them. But you know what? What should never happen is that your daughter repeat that same error because you did not, because you were doing, you know, you were doing holier than thou. So the next conversation, you have to have conversations about life choices. This will flow from your conversations about learnings and mistakes. Let them know what you have learned. Let them know. In preparing towards my 40th birthday, and I was sitting talking to myself and asking myself, what are the lessons I've learned in my 40 years or in my almost 40 years? And I said, whoa, if I really sit down, this is a whole book already on its own. So choice is one. The most profound for me that I've learned has to do with life choices. So I've come to understand that for every choice that you make, or every choice that you made then, or the ones that I'm currently making now, there is a consequence. So I've come, let them know. So nobody can escape it. Nobody, nobody can escape consequence of choices, whether positive, whether negative. To let them know. So the next time they're embarking on that thing, that will ring somewhere in their head. And don't forget, I've told you, even when your daughters are acting as though they don't want you to be involved in their life, it's fine. Don't say, no, she can figure things out on her own. No, please, she cannot. Parents, she cannot. She still cannot figure it out on her own. So please, I beg you. So teach them. Be vulnerable. What choices did you make? How did it affect you? Some of us, it was choice of course, it was choice of friend, whatever it is. Do you understand? So you have to let them understand. You have to let them understand. Excuse me. You have to let them understand. Let them know. Let them know about choices, the ones that you made. The ones that you made. The ones that you made, how it affected you. Excuse me. Message. So the ones that you made, how it affected you. How it impacted you too. And then the good ones that you made, how it also impacted you. You need to let them know. You need to let them understand it. Sit them down. Don't say, don't, they won't understand. They will understand. As long as that connectivity is there. Why you're not doing it you're not doing it to save face or anything, but just doing it to let them understand that, you know what, if you know that scripture about seed time and harvest, that will not change. Same thing, choices are consequences, they will never change. So if we must get better consequences, then we must make better choices. Do you understand? So have the conversation. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. Don't feel, oh, I'm not worthy. As a matter of fact, I always believe that the most worthy person in the life of my child is me. That's my thought. And trust me, if I made mistakes, oh, lots and lots and lots and lots. But I said to myself, the most worthy person in the life of my child is me. I am the most worthy person of my child. Why? Because at the end of the day, I'm the one that that will be asked, what have you done with this child? So God forbid that because you didn't want you're trying to save face or you didn't want her to see it. And let me now tell you another thing. Are you aware that have you noticed how that even what was I watching? Was I watching something? Someone was telling me something about how that the mother is the lady of the night. And despite that, the boy knows that the mother is the lady of the night. You know what I mean? He knows. He still loves his mom. Yes. So don't try and put them in a corner and say, I know they will not love me, give them what I've done. What does that even mean? What's that? Why? You're trying to teach them. You're trying to ensure that they don't make your mistakes. So that's what you should do. Have conversations about life choices. Then the next thing you want to do, have conversations about purpose and destiny. It's very important. Most girls are too confused. I see the confusion and it's doing me like, what's going on here? Too much confusion. Girls are too confused. They don't know. They don't have an idea. They're just doing anything. They don't understand. They don't understand. They don't understand. Purpose and destiny. We're not just here to balance the ecosystem. If there's anything that is ringing, maybe it's because as you grow older, but can our girls start younger? Can they start earlier than us? Can your girl understand purpose early? Excuse me, please. So can your girl understand purpose early? Because I tell you these things. What happens when your girl understands purpose early is that she jumps, she escapes. That's the word I should use. She escapes a lot of traps. And she escapes a lot of needless problems. Why? Because she's focused on what truly matters. Yes. So don't say she's a child. No, no. From the age of 10, you should begin to have conversations of why are you here? What do you think you can do? How can you what benefit by you being here? I'm already having these conversations already. So that we know that we're not just here to come. We're interested and we're talking about how that things are winding up, the end of the age is coming. And I said to myself, if truly is coming, then we need to sit up. So we can't be lounging or behaving as though we have all of the time in the world. We don't. So let that sense of urgency be in your daughters too, so that they're not preoccupied with frivolities. That's what I call them, preoccupation with frivolity. It's because there's no major purpose and destiny conversation. It's because they say everything as, oh, I'm just here to chill. I'm just here to no, no. So your girl has to understand. Your girl has to know. Teach them purpose. What does it mean? Teach them destiny. What does it mean? And then use characters. If you have people that lives have been so inspiring, use it. You have Bible stories, use it. You have your own personal story, use it. Use all of this to equip them. What you don't know is that you are feeding them with what they need to get a ground and they begin to move. That's what you don't know. So don't begin to say, no, she's still too small. No, let her say enjoy life. What are you talking about? Which one is enjoy life? What is in the life that they're enjoying? I don't understand. So have I said that they will not unwind? No. I've just said let them understand that there's a sense of urgency, there's a sense of purpose, and not just here to just balance the ecosystem. Begin to so that's imagine Joseph now. Since he has been small, he has been saying himself, I will be this, my father will bow to me, my mom will bow to me, I did my heart. So sell it to them early. And I think one of the videos I talked about how that you are the one to sell you are the one to sell the picture of the future to your daughter. It is your duty, it is your business, it is your response, it is your primary assignment to sell the future, the picture of the future to your daughter. And she buys it from me and she picks it and he begins to go pa 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 pa. And you know what? It will save you a lot of hassles. Because she will not be bothered about whether there is a party that is going on that she has to go and open her breast and her bum. Yes, so purpose will not allow you to do all of those things. She's not bothered whether everybody's having a tattoo on their waist, be on their breast, be on their what, and then she wants to feel among them. You'll be shocked. Oh, I know that the pressure will come, but every time, the purpose will override the pressure. It happens. You have seen an adult that is so laser focused on going his route, doing what he's supposed to be doing, what his life is meant for, and all of that. No matter what, you can't bring some certain conversations to me. Mm-mm. I've left that WhatsApp group a long time ago. Long time ago. Long time. I can't be having some conversations anymore. It's not private, it's not whatever. But because I know that people that I'm watching, they are going. So me, I can't be doing like this. You're watching somebody, the person is going forward, and you are doing like this, doing like this, doing like that. You can't be doing that. So let your daughter understand. And that is what mentorship, that is what coaching system, that is what is watching in your girls. Gives them another focus. Another conversation you want to be having with your girl that is very important. Please have a conversation about relationship with God. Don't assume this. Do not assume that because you are taking your child to church, you're taking your child to mosque, then everything is right with her and God. You'll be shocked. You will be shocked about what they think about God at times. Because let me tell you why I knew that they would be shocked. While I was a teenager, at a point in my life, I thought that, oh, God is just one, that is just, it's only dogmatic people. Yeah, I thought that at the time. So that makes me know that girls can be very funny. And they begin to ask me like, no, all this, I don't do all. No. But you understand that there's a God factor. So and you know why you should do that early? What if you're no longer here? That is the conversation that a lot of us are afraid to have. But it is the truth. Young people die, old people die. We all pray to live long and then not die early. And I pray that we really live long and then we don't die early. But life has happened. We have parents that have left their children. They didn't plan to. They were not meaning to. They didn't want to. If they had a choice, they had. They said they would never. But it happened. So who is the anchor that your daughter is going to hold on to? So be sure about these things. Be sure. I'm not saying they should not become, but I'm saying let them understand that beyond mommy and daddy, there is one man that is God, that is interested in my affair, that is interested in what is happening in my life. Your daughters have to have that understanding. Your daughters have to know that. Because just in case you're not there, just in case you're not there, if you're not there today, how will your daughter move? That thing, it keeps you on my toes more than anything. That if I'm not, for whatever reason, I am not available today, can my daughter move? Can she move mentally? Can she move physically? Can she move economically? Can she move spiritually? Can she move academically? Nothing will happen to us. But can we prepare them? Can we ensure? And how do we do that? They watch our relationship with God. They watch what we do when things are down. They watch how we pray. They watch how we study. They see whether we're doing it or whether we're not doing it. And I've told us our children can call us out. We think that but they can't call us out. But let's not wait till they call us out. Let us do what is right. So teach them, bring them close. No, don't widen the gap. And you know what? Don't forget that you're actually a picture of God that they are seeing. How do you handle issues with them? How do you handle issue of forgiveness with them? How do you handle issue of love with them? You're a picture of God, whether you know it or not. To your child, you are a representative of God to your child. So, how is that child? How is she falling in love with God by virtue of your conduct and attitude? How is she falling in love with God by virtue of how you do things? How is she falling in love with God by virtue of how you conduct your affairs? So, when you not even want to talk to her about that God, she not say, "Who? Mom wants to talk about Jesus or mom wants to talk about God." I'm not listening. Let's watch it. The next conversation that we have to have with our female children, our teenage girls, we have to have conversations about the journey of impacts. Your girls have to know. They can't be somewhere and not be known. I can never do that. I don't know how to do it. Even if I want to hide it, it can never. One of my peer, my mentees will say, it can never be me. It can never be me. Oh. Never, never. My life is all about impact in whatever capacity is very important. It is not pride, but it's a life to be lived. They say, we need volunteers. No, I don't know how to. This one, I don't know how to. And your daughter is learning now. Oh, we need people to. Oh, I don't know how to. We need people that can help us. Oh, I know. I don't want to really. I don't want to. I don't. No. Your daughter is learning. So you want her to live a bland, ordinary life. A daughter that has prospects for so much more. When I moved in here, when I moved there, because of blah blah blah, I got to church and I was looking as though I was just going to be late, but and that has that can never be me. My friends, my sisters, my mom, all of the people that have seen my life in the last years of my, people that have been with me all my journey, they know I can't. Secondary school, via institution, everywhere, my career as a professional, I can't be somewhere and not know that I am there. It is not with my pride. I can't. And it's not for show. Mm-mm. Most of the things I've done is not. It's just because I understand that I have something that I need to offer, and that is how even this my journey of coaching started. I knew that I had something to offer, so and I started like play, and here we are today. And I was saying, we have not even started. That's the truth. We have not started. So let them understand that there's such a thing as impact, so that she will be. And I've said to my daughter, I said, no, if you are in a place, they must know that you are there. Why? Yet it's your impact that will speak now. So the day is not in we're the ones that are here. That's not the kind of what we're talking about. But because of the things that you do, people begin to notice that there's somebody here. So that not for anything. So that when you leave there tomorrow, what you have done will speak. The hand that you have held, the problem that you have solved, the smile that you have brought, the hope that you have given. That's the essence of all these things. So that's and you know what another thing he does, he makes them open and receptive to more that can happen in their lives. Because as it comes, they will dish it out. So they don't hoard. You can't be on a journey of impact and then you hoard. It's not possible. They won't hoard. Their mind is large. I said to my teenagers, I said there is enough love in my heart for every single one of you. I know when I said that thing, they didn't need to understand me until I left. And this one will come and say, Mommy, this one, Mommy, that, this is Mommy, this. And then we'll say, okay, let's do this, let's do that. Each and every one, whether girl, whether boy. But when I used to say to them that there is enough space in my heart for each and every one of you, they thought, oh, Mommy is just making mouth. But all of them feel that is a special person, is the most special person to me. I don't know if you get what I mean. So all of them, all of them, excluding none, feel that, oh, I'm the closest to Mommy. They call me Mommy. I'm the closest to Mommy. I'm the closest to Mommy. I'm the closest to Mommy. And that's because of how I've dealt with them. That's impact. I may never see some of them again, it's the truth. I may never see them again. One of them sent me a message, he almost brought tears to my eyes. So, what are we saying? That's impact. Have the conversation. Let the daughter know early that it's better to live a life of impact that it is much better to live a life of impact than to live a life hidden. God does not want us to live our lives hidden. I don't know me, don't do. No, that's wicked. That's stingy. Because God has put so much in your girl, so much, so much that you have not even begun to scratch the surface of what God has put in your girl. So, but if you don't open their eyes if you don't open their eyes, they will never know. So they'll just think everything revolves around them. Your daughter has to understand that the whole world does not revolve around them alone. Your daughter has to understand that it doesn't revolve around her alone. Another conversation you must have conversation about the strength of character. This is a big deal. Strength of character. Your daughters have to know that they can't behave anyhow. They can't do anyhow. My daughter understands. You can't behave anyhow. You can't just be doing anyhow. There's no time, there's no space for anyhowness. No. No. There's no space for anyhowness. There's no space for anyhowness. Your daughter has to understand that. So you must teach it. I know, let her just no. She talks disrespectfully. She even to you. She behaves with unkindness. And then you just think it's okay. It is not okay. It is not okay. Strength of character. Because you know what? Your daughter needs character. Your daughter needs character. She needs it. Kindness, empathy, humanity. She needs it. And you know what? The world has grown selfish. Everybody is selfish. It's all about me. And unfortunately, everybody is just projecting that kind of thing. It's a confusion to the mind of girls when they hear things like, "Oh, do what works for you." That's a conversation of selfishness. You can't do what works for you. What about the other person? Oh, do what works for you. I am me. I'm on my political me. All of those things are conversations in foolishness and selfishness. Please let your girls know. Let your girls know. Let them know. Let them know. Teach them. Don't assume that they know. So don't assume that they know. You have to teach them. All of these things that people see, and don't forget, I've told you that the character, your teenage girl is not fully formed until 25 thereabouts. So she really thinks that it's okay that for her to say, "Oh, I do what works for me. It's all about me. I don't really care," and all of those things. That's why we are the way we are. That's why somebody will just carry one girl and go into one bush and chop off her breast and chop off her vagina and do all sort of horrible things because somebody has told him somewhere that in this world, everybody for himself. Who taught us all those things? So if you are seeing traces of meanness, you are seeing traces of wicked, and you are seeing those traces, please begin to address it now. Begin to address it now. Why is it that in African countries, our leaders are not able to feel our empathy? They're not able to feel, they're not able to empathize rather. They don't feel what is happening. They don't care. That's how it starts. The only rice in the pot is for 3 people, and then she goes there, only she packs everything, and they think it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. Address it because it will grow. What we ignore grows. As in a bad conduct that you don't address, it will grow, it will fester. And they begin to say, "I don't know how she became like that." What do you mean? You were looking at her, you were watching her. There has to be space in the heart for other people. There must be space in the heart for other people. There must be, because this world, we're not meant to just, God didn't create human beings to just be by themselves. Just me. I don't care. It's only about me. Why only me? Me. I know it's so funny. Even when we go to churches, oh, my husband, my daughter, my son, my husband, my daughter, my son. It's what is happening. Everything has to be, as though everything starts and ends with us. Life is not like that. Your girl has to know. Have the conversations with them. Let them know that there's such a thing as thinking about the next person. There's such a thing as thinking about tomorrow. There's such a thing about thinking about how people feel after they have encountered you. Some of us have encountered people in our lives that we wish that we did not encounter because of how they made us feel. Because of how they made us feel. Some of them have. So please, dear parents, it's our work. It's our business. It is our business. Please, dear parents, let's teach them. I apologize for that, please. Let's teach them. Have the conversation. It doesn't take too much to be kind. It doesn't take too much to be kind. The last conversation that you must have with them, you must have conversations about legacy. What do they want to be known for? What kind of adults do they want to grow up to be? These are not everyday conversations, but this is what your girl needs to form the excellence of character in her. What does she want to be known for? When she has come and gone, what does she want to be known for? What does she want to be known for? What kind of person does she want to be? What kind of a life does she want to live? What kind of an adult does she want to be? When people remember her, what does she want to be remembered for? When her name comes up, what should her name be for? Do you understand? So these things will prompt them to think. And you can't say, "Oh, they are so young, they can't understand." What do you mean? What are you talking about? They can't understand. They actually do understand. So it has to be ongoing. It has to be ongoing. Conversations about values has to be ongoing. Conversations about legacy has to be, and then you know what? Don't forget I told you they are watching you too. They see what you stand for. They see what really matters to you. I'm gonna say the one that we don't like now. And then you will know what matters to you most if you check what you spend your money and your time on. What you spend your money on, what you spend your time on, whether you like it Whether you don't like it, whether you accept it, whether you don't accept it, that is what truly matters to you. So you go and check. You go and check. That's your legacy. Whether it's as simple as that. That's your legacy. So the question is, what will it be? So that when you're talking about legacies to your daughter is not thinking, mommy is just talking. Some of us were talking, and it's just bouncing back in the ears of our girls. Why? Because they have seen us. They have seen us now. Your teenage girl, trust me, they see you. They see you. They see us. Even the ones that would think that they don't know, is a lie. They know. They're not just ready for you yet. And the danger is that you're losing them by being two-faced. You're losing them by playing double standard. You don't know, but you are losing them. You're losing them. So the question is, so if you want to talk about legacy, what is yours? And please, I hope that you know that your legacy is not I built house, I did. That one is very beautiful. That's not your legacy. Your legacy is things that are intangible that you can open doors for your daughter. So that she also can think that, hey, if my mother did this, then I should pass the baton on. That is the conversation. So, when you do the things that you do, you want to pause. I heard a long time ago, and I struggle with that statement a lot. But the moment I realized that it is true, nothing has influenced me that much. And what is that statement? That you lost the right, you lost the license to live your life the way you want or the way you please, the moment you chose to have a child. So you can't live your life. Your life is no longer your own. If you don't have a child, you're even better off, honestly. You're better because there is no expectation, there is no question, there is nothing. But if you have a child, you have lost the license to be anyhow, to do anyhow. You've lost that license. So, dear parents, I'm asking us again, what is that? What matters to us? And I've told you how you know what matters to you, what to spend money on, what to spend your time on. That is what really matters. Irrespective of what you try to set to us, irrespective of what you try to package your teenage girls, they know you, they see you. And I always pray one prayer that may our children, our girls especially, may they not find that our fault from outsiders. May they find out our fault from ourselves. Be the one to cast yourself. Don't let it come from outside, or you will not like it. So have the conversation. So that your girl is not thinking like a regular girl. Your girl is not thinking like every other girl. She's thinking focus, thinking purpose, thinking impact. Even she's thinking. So that what happens is that don't forget it's the thought that inform choices. So when she's thinking along those lines, the choices that she'll be making, of course, will align. So you'll not be wondering, hey, is she in one boy's house? Or Abi, is she downloading one porn? Or all of the things that parents worry them, we worry ourselves for. So these are the conversations. I mentioned 10 of them. I'll just run through it again because I don't want to overshoot our time. Number one, I said have conversations about the opposite sex. Please dismantle all of the lies. Dismantle it. Don't let them cheat your daughter. Don't let your daughter think. Don't let your daughter think that what they are selling, everything online is true. It is not true. It is not true. Like what I said, that God has many good children, good girl children, good boy children. So don't stereotype. Don't put everybody in a basket. It will not help your daughter. It will only cheat your daughter because she's not going with a clean heart. She's going with a mind that is jaundiced by people's view, by people's experiences. So be careful not to project your experiences. Be careful not to project what has happened to you. Be careful not to project your failures, whatever it is, on your daughter as the truth. The next thing I said, conversations about gender dysphoria is a big thing now. You have to have the conversation. Have conversation about untrue narratives. There are too many untrue narratives, and your girls are wondering. And I told you the danger in not talking about these things is that they are forming opinions nonetheless. Be sure that when your daughters are forming opinions, they are forming opinions based on wisdom and based on good discernment and good sense of judgment. They're not just forming opinions based on what they have seen online because you refuse to talk about it. So conversations about untrue narratives, as many as comes to your mind, please push the true one. If you are saying, oh, social media is doing this, what are you doing? How are you helping your daughter? Oh, you're just letting her consume all of those things. How are you helping her? How are you shaping her? Next thing, conversations about, from your learnings and mistakes. Please, I said to you, and I'm saying it again. Do not think that you lost your place in the life of your daughter because you made a mistake. You do not. You do not. Rather, you gain the mastery, you gain the experience to teach and to guide. And don't lie about it. Don't. The next thing, you have to have conversations about life choices, how that is very key and important. The next thing you want to do, you have to have conversations about purpose and destiny. It is very important. So many girls are confused. They live for only iPhone. Have you seen it? And then it's so sad when and unfortunately, everything is online, and people begin to screenshot their conversations with girls. Then you wonder, where are the parents of these girls? I want to come to your house. Can you send me 2,000? A old girl that God created, and then because of one boy is sending in 2,000, then you will dress up and put everything. Then she has gone. Conversations about purpose and destiny. And I've said to you, don't assume. Don't assume. Please. It's dangerous. The next thing you want to do, have conversations about relationship with God. I say to my teenagers then, I say, if you wake up 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the middle of the night and then things are pressing you on your side, if you call me, I will not pick. At that time, I'm probably sleeping. The only person that will pick is God. So, what relationship are you making them form? What allegiance are they forming? They will need it. The next conversation, you have to have conversations about the journey of impact. And I've told you, impact is not loud, it is what you're doing to make that current space you are better than for the next person. It's not about, it's not for it's not for the whether they see or whether they don't see. But I've said to you that when you're on a journey of impact, you will naturally be seen. You don't have to struggle for it. Then the next conversation, you have to have a conversation about strength of character. This is very important because why? Our girls are running low on character. It's worrisome. I've seen it a lot. They are running low on character. Then finally, you have to have conversations about legacy. And this is why I tell you that where you put your money, where you put your time, tells us what your legacy truly is, tells us what truly matters to you. And that brings up, like I always say, if it is just one of these things you want to pick and then begin to journey with your girl, please go ahead. You are far better than someone that's not doing anything. Don't hear all of these things and say, "Oh, it's okay. She has spoken." It's not in the talking. It's in the what have you done? What are you implementing? All right, I'll be drawing. We'll call it a day for today. I hope that you have learned something. And don't forget, let's grow this community together. They are rich. Trust me, they are rich videos that would um give you a better experience with your teenage girl. And I am cooking something for your girls again. Yes, yes, yes. Very soon to be dropping or sell on Amazon. When it drops, please go and get for your girl. Not just your girl, the friends of your girl, the daughters of your friends, the cousins of all everybody. As long as you have a girl in your corner, let's do work together. I'm glad that you are here, and if you're catching a replay, I'm also glad that you are catching a replay. Once again, my name is Fumilola Kinsella Williams. I'm the lead coach at the Informed Direct From Academy, and I'm journeying with your daughter to ensure that she becomes what it is that is beneficial to the humankind and to herself and to God and to you. All right, I'll see you next time on Sunday. Don't forget, talk about this community. If you are learning here, let us grow the community together. And don't forget, we have an online mentorship academy that we're running for your girls. Come to my Instagram, come to my Facebook, come where again, Yeah, DM me, yeah, on YouTube, just everywhere. It's Street Academy. Let us do the journey together. Thank you. God bless you. Bye bye.